Hi everybody, it's Ed back with more trading ideas. Today we're looking at crude oil. I went back to an old chart of mine, and I'm not exactly sure why got away from it, but I've used the Delta volume chart to trade the S&P and trading crude oil. I hadn't traded crude oil before, so I figured I'd just do some sim stuff this morning. Just to see how well it would respond, see how well it works. So this is a Delta 50 volume chart, okay? If you'll notice, there's very little volume on here on the dome, so there's not a tremendous amount. So what I do is I usually go with whatever I'm seeing and then double it. Sometimes I'll go with a 25, sometimes I go with a 50, and it all depends on how big these bars are. Whatever you're comfortable with. I went down to a 50 because I like relatively small bars. I've got the trend clear method trend line on here. I can't talk today. Up down volume ratio at the bottom, and it looks like we flipped to a term. Let's see if it'll turn up here. What I'm looking at is I'm looking at my old friend. Looking at my old friend value area high lines, value area low lines, that sort of thing. You can see the value area low is coming up, which is pushing the market up a bit. I'm looking at VPOX. I'm looking at bottoms, like here you had a nice bottom for a nice reversal. Here's a nice bottom right here for a nice reversal. And here's the whatever they call that dumb thing. Whichever way the pins are going, you trade in the opposite direction. So if the pin's up, you trade down. If it trends down, you trade up, that sort of thing. So you're looking at some pretty cool stuff, right? So say, for example, I took a trade right in here. I saw this. See, we're basically price is trying to push above that value area high and doesn't make it, and then starts selling off. So what I would normally do is see where that previous value area high was. What I would do is I would wait until it came down here and take that short, right? Then I would come back down. See, I would start looking right in here, right in this area for a long trade. See these guys right here? So I'm looking for a long trade here, looking for a long trade here, and then I'd flip it. See all the order flow coming down, and then all of a sudden it flattens out. So the order flow is flattening out and going, okay, fine, we're going to go up. Okay, so we're going up. We penetrate this guy, right? But what happens? We start seeing this pin action. I don't see any order flow. I didn't get any order flow up here, but I got a pin. Started getting a pin. So it pushed value area high up. What do? I short the previous value area high, which is right there. Okay, so I short that guy, and I'm coming on down. So oh man, maybe it'll come down here. It's going to make me a lot of money. Oh well, guess what? Came down, pinned off down here. You started. If you wanted to scalp it, you could short-term scalp it for this stuff. But here, beautiful short right here. And this is the characteristic of the Delta volume candles. It's really, really nice. You'll get these kind of formations here. You'll get this kind of stuff here. You see the little dojis there coming up against, and then reject, and then downside. Okay, flattened it out, reject to the reject to the downside, and then back up right here. These are great for a little scalp trades. I mean, you're looking at 79.33 to 79.72. You can make $250 to $300, $400 on those little bitty swings, right? So you're coming up, you get a reject off this guy, pushes it higher, but then comes down, right? So shorting it here at 79.72. You just put a limit order there, 79, and let it carry into the trade. 79.72. You've got a fair bit of time to think about this. 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes to think about this, because price action overnight is not that it's not that quick normally. Okay, so you're looking at this guy, and this was about the the 331, 336 time frame. take the short coming on down. Now you come down to this area, right? So I'm starting to look for, I'm starting to look for exhaustion, starting to look for long stare right here, right above. And what happens? It gets right above my level, right? And then I start seeing green lines, all these green lines up here, saying, "Oh man, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of that short. Get out of the short. Flip to the long. Here you'd have, um, you came down. You could have a very tight stop on that guy. If you took that guy at 79.30, see 79.28, it came down a couple of ticks, came down, reject, came down, reject, and then boom to the upside. So absolutely beautiful move. But you have to watch the order flow. See the order flow at the bottom of the candles, the green. That's either imbalances or exhaustions down here. I don't. I've got them colored both the same, so it really doesn't matter. All I'm doing is I'm looking for the imbalances at the bottom or the exhaustions at the bottom to reverse the market, and that's exactly what it did. Here we go. So I could have had a target right there. There's my previous value area high. I could have had a target right there. Boom. I wanted to see what happened, right? So it pushed up. I got a buying imbalance right there, right on that candle there at value area high, right? So I'm starting to see buying imbalances here, little bitty doji right here. So I put my limit order, and I missed it. It was supposed to be at 75, and it got in at 74. So put it in a limit order. It could have been a little bit of slippage. I don't know. Who knows? So what happens? Comes down through that guy, right? And so I'm looking for a cut through VWAP, because we are getting, I mean, we've come from 79.72 to 79.80 in how many hours? So we're tapping on the door up here, and I don't see a whole lot. Here's an order, here's a level here. I got value area high, 2-day value area high up here, and see the maroon bar's flattened out. Maroon bar's flattened out, and it's very possible that it's a high probability that we're going to be getting some short action up here. It might retest it again. Then again, might try to push up and then get reject, and then to the downside we go. So usually, not always, but usually when you short these guys, right? For example, short the previous value area high, or go long the previous value area low, right? If it's coming down and then it starts going back up, that previous value area low, you would go long there, or you go short here, and they gave you some nice moves. So there's one there. There's a nice move if you took it right there to the downside. Here's a nice move here that you took to the downside, and here's this nice move is working out to the downside. They came back up here and they rejected. I've got that little purple bar there. That's the clear method stuff. I got the little purple bar that says, okay, fine, yeah, we're going to come down, and that was right at that level, right? Didn't get one until here, but that's okay. I'm not particularly relying on these. I am relying on the VWAPs, and I'm relying on these levels here to see, what happens. Just got a new VPOC up here, which would tend to push the market down. So I think I'm going to be good for the short. Anyway, I wanted to going to share this with you. For if you're trading the S&P, the 50 volume, you could go to 50 or 75 volume overnight. I wouldn't go much below 120, or 125 for the daytime. But 50 volume chart, if you look at it and you scroll back, it's not bad. Even when you're looking at this stuff, see the rejection right there, bam, to the downside, reject. There's a doji indecision candle. There's one, not an indecision candle, but there's order flow there, indecision and order flow there, pushing it down. Here's another one where you got order flow right there. It went a couple of ticks up, hit that VPOC right there, and then came right down. There's one right here, bounces off that level, and you've got order flow at the bottom of these candles pushing it up. You can't just take, just finally take an order flow trade, it's got to have, you got to have something. I might not have taken this trade here, but this trade certainly with that little doji, that little indecision, pushing up there, right back up here, and then these two guys coming down, boom, sell off. So that's very, very, very nice. And you can see those, you can see this stuff all over this chart, where you pushed up. Here's 11.7, here's the 11.17 stuff right here in the cloud. You started seeing some action right up here. That was, I believe that was, not sure if that was value high or not. But you could see that down here and going down. The value area high was quite a ways away from here, but I'm in the cloud, right? So I see a doji here. I see the push up, see the rejection up there. I feel, I would feel very safe taking that trade, taking that short trade. It came back up, bounced up, but didn't come to this level, right? And then sold off. So this delta volume chart, I love this delta volume chart. Here we go. See, I told you it would come up, test it, retest it, and then there's the retest right there. Now we're selling off. So up 21 ticks on this trade. Who knows? Let's see how far it'll go. Anyway, just wanted to make this little video. This is live, real time. It's 5:14 in the morning here, 6:15. You just saw that live. I put that trade in there. I'm not on replay. There's no replay. I'm in sim, yeah, but no replay. So I'm just, playing with this thing and seeing what it will, seeing what it will do for me, and seeing if it will work as I expected it to work. So I'm looking at, if I'm looking at getting a penetration here. If it goes back up, if I'm starting to see stuff at a level down here, then it may reverse, right? But I'm thinking, this is the thing that's going to reverse for a bit. It may come down here and retest today's low and bounce back up again. But we'll see. We'll see what kind of order flow, what kind of levels. I've got that. Oh, I had the VPOC. I point out the VPOC right there, and boom, down we go. Anyway, I hope this was informative. Check out delta volume charts. My previous video called Trading Magic uses delta volume charts on the S&P and order flow to tell you when to get in, when to get out, that sort of thing. The up-down volume ratio, by the way, this is at the bottom. I watch this, right? Like up here, you're coming up to this peak, up-down volume ratio, and all of a sudden it sells. It'll help you. It'll help you. But you see, the volume ratio isn't that big, but it's coming down. So we may come down here and we may pop up. So the strength was to the upside. You can see the strength to the upside here, but there's not a whole lot of strength to the downside here. The up-down volume ratio is not that great as compared to what it was up here. So anyway, I am expecting a little bounce up here and then probably a sell into the open. So anyway, I hope this helps. Have a fantastic day. This is Thursday, the 27th, and my birthday's in 2 days, so happy birthday to me. All right, have a wonderful day, guys, and make some money today. See ya.